Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we are in P-Bag, one of the most well-loved and just really loved heavy cruisers in the game. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard anybody complain about P-Bags except for enemies, and for good reason. But for HE, it has decent HE. It's got a radar. It's got really good AP, especially for 180s, which are barely heavy cruiser guns. For those of you guys that don't know, heavy cruisers are any gun that are over 155, so 6.1 inch. These are 7-inch guns, so it is a heavy cruiser according to the London Treaty, which these are all based off of. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to be switching for HE to AP for a little bit here at the beginning. I should have aimed a little bit higher on New Jersey here, because we're going to, we're going to shatter a couple shells that go low onto the belt. But I'm trying not to overpin, and this can go through the side plating of New Jersey. In fact, if he gets close enough, we can Citadel New Jersey, right? The AP on this ship is just... so if you guys don't know, it has extra AP pen for size, and also it has slightly increased AP angles, right? So the minimum is, instead of 45, is 55. So really solid AP. If you get the chance, use AP. But the ship is so darn good that if you just want to use HE, you could. It is, for a heavier cruiser, a DPM monster. Normally heavy cruisers, they're not quite as, obviously it comes with being 180s instead of 203s. It's definitely put some damage down, and this is a short match because of it, right? A little bit slow on the start here, but from the time we started shooting our guns off to the time we finished was less than 8 minutes here, and the enemy team is not going to be thrilled with us, right? New Jersey's going for the cap, and we're going to make sure that we don't give this cap up, right? Our destroyer did, in fact, get it. We're taking a look at him right now, and our destroyer is actually doing a pretty good job laying out torps as well. We're going to push up, switch to HE, and you're going to see I switch over to AP. I probably should have stayed on AP on asteroids, but honestly, sometimes you just don't know. And with him taking a torpedo like that, I'd rather just get a permanent fire as we get a defend on him, as he's in the cap. And we're going to maul his cruiser here while that New Jersey sits behind the island. And to be fair to that New Jersey, he really, he's already taking on fire from a lot of people. So, but he does poke his head out. And we do get a permafire here on Asturias, and I'm going to try to get another one really quick on him, but our destroyer actually takes him out. We're going to switch over to AP. Why are we going to do that? Because he is broadside. To be fair, I might be able to Citadel him at this range. I'm not sure. This is kind of like the between range here. No, we shatter too, so not quite yet where we could actually go through the belt yet, but it don't matter. The AP is so good that we're just going to just shred him with AP. And the other thing about using AP, it's harder to heal back a lot of times, right, than fire damage. And you can see we just absolutely shred that New Jersey. Now, not as bad as we're going to shred this Riga, who we've ignored for a little bit here, just sitting here. And by the time he knows what's going on, he's dead. Also, I don't know how this is in a depth strike. He's got more than half health. It's only like a 5-6 second reload. Don't know how this is in a depth strike. It's supposed to be less than 10 seconds, but we've seen some really wonky ones lately, like a depth strike of 25 seconds from a flood on Holland. That Holland match was hilarious. We hit him with torpedoes, and 25 seconds later he flooded out and was considered a depth strike. So they might have changed depth strikes too, for all I know. But anyway, here Lexington gets spotted, and just for the fun of it, we're gonna shoot him too. And apparently this Lexington doesn't have a citadel anywhere on the ship. Sometimes carriers can be a pain to get citadels, but it doesn't matter because we're getting full pins and we're mauling him, right? Like, not a whole lot that he's going to do in this scenario. He's already dead because he's spotted as we get our high caliber. And no matter where we shoot, we can't get the Citadel. And I actually do always forget where Lexington Citadel is. One thing I need to do every once in a while is go study all the Citadels for aircraft carriers. Because you have moments like this where you're like, where is it? You're just searching all over for it. And I always do forget. Because like a lot of times you have issues with some of them. But anyway, obviously a high caliber, pretty decent. Carrier's mad at me, but it's too late now. We're going to go ahead, push up here, and at the very end, it's just going to be Colorado here, and he's not going to be alive long. Our team was pretty solid, and between me and Baltimore, apparently there was a Baltimore wrecking face over here too. Kudos to that Baltimore. The Colorado just ain't gonna last long with 7 guys shooting at him, right? Like, there's nothing this guy can do, especially being bottom tier like that. But as you guys can see, a solid match, obviously, as always in P-Bag, and a almost 3,200 base game. Kudos to Baltimore there. Anyway, you guys have a super wonderful day. I'll see you next time, folks.